cockfighting still legal?
I don't think any are legal, but I think those were the
I
last
had a
two.
gardener that used to cockfight. I went to his house once, and he had snuck over from Mexico, and he would go back and forth. And like one time, he said, "I'm going to be gone for like 6 months." I'm like, "What are you doing?" He said, "I'm going back to Mexico." I go, "When are you coming back?" He goes, "I don't know if I'm going to be able to get back. I'm going to try."
Yeah.
I go, "Well, when you try, you know where I'm at. Let me know. I'll just get somebody else to take care of while you're gone.
Yes.
Holler at me when you got back."
Do you go back to cockfight?
Nope. He went back just to go back to Mexico for a little bit.
Sure.
He eventually went back to Mexico to move. He eventually gave up on America.
Yeah.
One day, but he was my gardener for like 10 years. Cool guy, but he goes, "Do you want to see the cockfights?" And I was like, "Yeah, of course. Let's see what that's like."
Yeah.
So he took me to a neighborhood in Los Angeles that I might as well have been in Mexico. There was no non-Mexican people there in the neighborhood. Everybody spoke Spanish. All the signs were in Spanish. It was like wow, this is like a whole little area that I wasn't aware of. So we go to his friend's house, and we go into the backyard, and his friend had stacks upon stacks of chicken coops.
Wow.
Just everywhere. Roosters everywhere. I was like, "This is nuts, man." I go, "What the fuck does the morning sound like here?"
Yeah.
And he was like, "But everybody has chickens. It's no big deal." I was like, "Everybody has chickens?" And there was like, this guy over there, you go to his backyard, filled with roosters. This guy over there, his backyard, filled with roosters.
Yeah.
And they would get them together. Everybody would get together and gamble. They would all drink.
Yeah.
They'd have a chicken fight. One chicken would lose. They would boil them and eat them. And he's like, "We're going to eat them anyway." It was just like the way we gamble.
And one will die with pride.
Swarm them.
Yeah. I mean, it's barbaric, but it's a hell of a show.
They put razors in their claws.
That's where I lose interest.
Well, that's the only way to get them to kill each other.
Really?
Otherwise, they just peck each other and fucking get tired.
A couple fun facts here for you.
Okay.
An article from last year, New York Times, about cockfighting.
According to some roostermen, the game fowl or fighting chicken was almost chosen to be the national bird of America. And it should have, a breeder once told me. An eagle ain't nothing more than a glorified buzzard. That guy's an idiot.
Eagles are majestic.
They're fucking amazing. They catch salmon with their feet, you fucking retard.
Right, they do war in the sky.
Such game fowl lore and sentiment abound. George Washington and Thomas Jefferson were devoted rooster fighters. They were devoted rooster fighters? George Washington? Union and Confederate soldiers put aside their differences on Sundays during the Civil War to pit their chickens against one another.
This is the solution to that partisanship that you've been talking about.
Abraham Lincoln was given the nickname Honest Abe after he displayed impartiality as a cockfighting judge.
USA.
What?
I fought him on the White House lawn.
Wow.
They fought them right on the White House lawn, says David Thurston, president of the United Game Fowl Breeders Association, a national non-profit dedicated to the bird's preservation.
Wow.
Man, this country, there's so many different stitches in the fabric of
Let's
this
end
place.
on that. Let's end on that high note.
Yeah.
Sam Talent. Tell everybody where they can see your special.
You can see it on Matt and Shane's YouTube page.
What is it called?
The Toads Morale.
No, I mean their YouTube page. So
I think it's called Matt and Shane's Secret Podcast YouTube.
Oh, okay. And it's called The Toads Morale.
Yeah. And I also have a new travel show on my YouTube. If you want to subscribe to my YouTube, that'd be huge. Come see me live, Pittsburgh, Detroit, coming your way.
Nice.
Yeah,
and
my podcast is good.
There it is.
Yeah.
And website.
This is the
Sam
travel
Talent's
show.
Worldwide Tour.
Yeah,
Nice.
Sam Talent's Wide World, man.
Tokyo.
Super proud of this.
Nice.
Me and my boy Patrick.
Beautiful.
Yeah, dude. Shout out Jack.
You're doing fun stuff, dude. It's been cool to get to know you, and you're a very funny guy and
Thank
a
you,
cool
dude.
guy. It's been a lot of fun.
I appreciate you.
I appreciate you too.
Thanks for helping me
I'm happy you're
change
out
my
there.
life.
Oh, please.
Thank you.
More to come. You
Yeah.
gotta feel weird about being rich.
I can't wait.
All right, bye everybody.
Hard. No, most things are solid. This is hard and not fragile.
But a lot of experiences in the world and stuff, I mean.
Well, no, that's you seeking emotional. I'm talking about physical objects
Okay,
now
got
at this point. The egg is hard but fragile. Okay? And so that's the word about
Pretty
that.
fascinating.
And it's brittle. It doesn't bend, breaks.
Yeah.
Okay? So these are structural properties of organic substances. All right? And then what's inside? There's this transparent, goopy stuff, and there's a yellow thing. What is that? And then you tell them that might have been a chicken. Oh my God! Blow their mind. And by the way, you see that colorless stuff? If I heat it, it turns white. You can watch it change color in front of your eyes. There's 7 science experiments to do with the kid reaching for the egg that you didn't want them to touch, and you just squashed that because you don't want to use the 40 cents.
Yeah, you want to have a damn quiche for yourself.
Okay, the president of Harvard once said, when people complain, why are you charging so much for it? He said, if you think the cost of education is high, you should try the cost of ignorance. That's even higher.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah.
So, all I'm saying is, that curiosity is beaten out of us by the time we're in middle school. If you retain that curiosity, that rampant curiosity, you're a scientist. A scientist is a kid who grew up physically, but not emotionally and not mentally. If I see hey, what is that? Let me poke that. Let me see what's behind it. And it doesn't have to be a physical object. It could be like fictional objects. I watched the Thor movie, and I'm saying, gee, I want to know, how much does that hammer weigh? I'm still curious. Okay? What does that hammer weigh? And I heard a sentence in the movie that enabled me to calculate how much the hammer weighs. They say, hammer forged in the heart of a dying star? Oh my gosh, I'm an astrophysicist. We deal with dying stars. I got this. Hide some dense stuff going on in a dying star. I filled out the density, and I tweeted it, and I said, if Thor's hammer is made in the way the movie says, it has the weight of a herd of 300 million elephants. That's why nobody could pick it up. The Hulk couldn't pick it up. You need the magical powers of Thor to do it. So now,
I saw Lou Ferrigno at the post office one time.
Lou Ferrigno, the original TV Hulk.
Yeah, the original.
Yeah,
Yeah. And his wife was making him move boxes around. He was all pissed, and I'm like, "You're the freaking Hulk. Move a couple of boxes."
That's only, he's got to be green to do that.
Yeah,
Dude,
that's true.
get with the program.
He was without his paint.
But watch what happened, okay? Because I'm in the Geekiverse.
I'm thinking, yeah.
I'm card
you
carrying.
tweet that, I'm like, nerd
I
alert.
tweeted that out. That was like total nerd alert. And then I got out nerded. Oh, somebody said, Dr. Tyson is wrong about this calculation. Okay? So, yeah, I got totally smoked on this one. So, what happened was, in 1991, Marvel issued a Thor's Hammer trading card where they said Thor's Hammer is made of a fictional material, Guru, and it weighs precisely 42.3 pounds.
So they kind of cheated.
They
They
so
cheated
calculated.
science.
Yeah. But I'm getting to your earlier point. I wanted my answer to be true.
Right.
I think it's a way better answer than 42.3 pounds, but it's wrong. Just in the canon, in the Marvel canon, it's just simply wrong. You got to know when to hold them, when to fold them, and when to, what's the third one? And when to walk.
When to walk away. When to run, I think. Yeah. And that's, I think, usually around hours.
Yeah, hold them, fold them, run. So that's an example of still being curious into adulthood. And all scientists are like that. So no, it's not nurture nature. It's, did you protect your curiosity in childhood? If not, you'll ossify. I love that word. You'll harden in your own beliefs. You won't even seek out things that might conflict with what you think is true. And because you're comfortable where you are.
Right.
You know what it is?
We want to be where we are.
We want to be. It's not here.
Well, yeah, you get from a place of, like, I'm right. And it's funny because I don't really like being in that place. Even there's part of me that does like it because it feels like I'm winning. But there's another part of me that knows it's not helpful to me as a evolving human.
Which wins? Sometimes one wins, sometimes the other.
I think sometimes one wins, some of the other. But I'm grateful that I have awareness of both, and I do find my awareness.
That's half the effort, by the way. If you know that this is going on, you're there.
And I'm grateful that the one does battle a lot of times to say, I know you want to sit right here with this, but it's only fair if you look at more to the story.
I think
it's only fair to myself too.
There's a guy named Walter Bagehot, I think is his name. I quote him in the book. And I think this is the right quote, where he said, there's no greater pain of the human existence than the prospect of having a new idea, because it would just conflict with who you are and how you defined yourself.
Yeah.
So,
And why do we want to be? Why do we want to stay? Why do we want to have that definition?
I think I know why.
It's comfortable.
Here it is. Here it is. Ready?
You must have been the worst person in class. You must have been like
No.
every time the teacher's like, "Does anybody have an idea?" You're like, you must have brought a fake hand
No.
and just put it on your desk straight up.
Every time. So no, So here's what I think is going on. You know the Alice Cooper song? I don't know the title of it, but I know the lyric. School's out for summer.
Yeah.
School's out forever. Okay. This is a celebration of not learning. And we know people, if not ourselves, at the end of the school day, we can't wait for the alarm to go off at the end of the day, or the Friday comes, or more likely, the last day of school in the summer. Say, school's out, and you toss your books in the air, and you run down the steps. And I'm thinking to myself, your only job